Galighticus.com, and thank you for joining us for another episode. This is the third installment of 3 more killer sayings. Before we go into that, we're here in Washington Square Park in the Village, New York City, and it's a beautiful day. Summer is coming to a gradual end, and we're moving into another equinotic phase of the planet's rotation. So I thought it would be auspicious to talk about, or to highlight, 3 more things that you guys love to say in your innocence, but on the other side of what you're saying is the seed of destruction. The very first thing that most people say without knowing how detrimental the saying is, number 1. If only I could. If is a probability, it is an ambiguity, an ambivalence, and it is a fuzzy word that automatically works against your ability to create a definitive article. Therefore, when you apply it to a hope or a desire or a possible outcome that you would like to materialize, you have just introduced the cancer to that imperative. So whenever you utilize if is a killer saying, it's a killer proverb, it is a negative usage of a verbality that will not serve you well. If I could presupposes that if an external means allows you to have the thing that you say that you want to experience, has to give a sign-off check to that. And that's the opposite of you using your sovereign power to create the things that you want in this world. And that's number 1. If only I could. If could. You're sandwiching the beginning of your sentence and you're ending your sentence with 2 uncertainties. And uncertainty is one of the things that the English language is riddled with. There are a lot of broken laws and contradictions built within this language, which is the reason why the English language has a very low frequency. If you think about it, when you juxtapose these different law breakings with different curse words and explicatives, then you come to understand why in America marriages don't last. People are starving. There is a high crime rate in many different areas. There is a lot of confusion and chaos that people participate in when they watch Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop. All of these different shows celebrate the confusion that your world loves to celebrate. Number 2. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Again, when you presuppose and you give your power over to an external circumstance that's going to dictate what you would like to happen, you have just surrendered your own power. Everyone has a very small spark of the Creator's essence, and in the beginning was the Let there be light. Let there be clarity. Let there be abundance. Many people give away their power to have the things that they need to make their life more beautiful. So let's say you're going to have a hope of going to your best friend's wedding, and your girlfriend calls you up and says, I want you to come and I want you to be my matron of honor. And you say, well, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Or you break up with someone and you really want to get back with that person. Instead of taking a break and having a point of making it your power to get back into the relationship of the person that has your heart, you'll capitulate and throw it into the wind and say, if it's meant to be, it'll be. The problem with doing that is that when you give over your power, there are many different entities that will take control over the sovereignty of your ability to create and procreate. When people have children, they don't give away their power. They actually create the children with the certainty of knowing the outcome of not protecting certain things from happening, that the end result is going to bring a life into this world. So when you produce life, or you produce actions and you produce things that you want to experience, the wise thing would be never to introduce ambivalence by utilizing sayings that take the power away from you. Number 3. I'm only human. People say that all the time. When you say I'm only human, again, you are limiting yourself to the lowest baseline, the lowest common denominator. You are deducing and extricating all of the divinity out of your apparatus. You are taking all of the celestial power to create. You are taking out all of your spiritual and soul matter and reducing yourself to a human container that could be analogous to this shirt. Now, I don't wear the same clothes often. Every day I take off my attire and I put it away, and then I wear something else. This is what humans do when they die. They take off the container that they are wearing. But one of the things that humans love to do is forget what's inside of the container, and what's inside of it is the divine spark of life. I'm going to share a personal story with you. I was in the hospital with my mother, and she had a complication that I'll keep out of this, but I watched my mother die in front of me, and all of the light that animated her body from behind her eyes left her body, and she turned into a blank slate. And I looked at her, and I saw her come back into her body, and I watched how the soul had to reattach to her eyes, her organs, her liver, and it was like turning on a computer, and all of the programs start to come back online, and then she reanimated the body, but for about 30 seconds, I didn't recognize my own mother. So the light that is within the human body is the divine spark of the Creator, and it demands that you utilize the power that it has wisely, efficiently, and with clarity. So when you introduce the ambiguity of certain words that rob and work against the divinity of the soul that is inside of your container, you are willingly, by your own volition and your free will, working against the power of the Creator that lives inside of you. I am Master Gano Grills for Galighticus.com, and I hope that this video has helped you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Namaste.